Hi, my name is Phil, and my wife Amy and I are building a Chesapeake Light Craft Teardrop Camper. Once we fiberglassed the top of the camper, next we had the scary task of cutting out the doors, the galley hatch, and the rooftop vent hatch. Since you don't get the opportunity to practice this, you are learning as you go. Any mistake is fairly visible. Anyway, it was time to gird our loins and start cutting holes in our camper. The kit comes with some pre-cut slots that guide you when you do the cutting. I took an ultra-fine Sharpie and connected the dashes so I had a line to follow. I tried to line up my line with the middle of the slots since they were wider than my pen. For the doors, drawing the curves was tricky around the tight curves, so I used a bendable curve to get the lines lined up with the slots. I tried several methods to do the cutting. I used a small circular saw set at a very shallow depth. I wasn't completely happy with the results, and in a couple of spots the cut wandered a bit. For the sake of seeing what you're doing, if you don't have a vacuum fitting on your saw, I suggest you have someone standing by to vacuum out the dust before it blocks your view of the line. On the galley hatch, I left small uncut parts at either end and then hand cut them with a rather floppy flush cut blade, which I decided was frustrating. I went ahead and did most of the cutting on the rooftop hatch and on the straight parts of one of the doors using the same circular saw. These cuts are extremely slow in real life. To finish the cutting on the roof, I ran out to Woodcraft and bought a small Galley folding handsaw that was much stiffer than the one I'd been trying to use. I found that little saw handy. It tracked really well, and despite the width and thickness of the blade, I found I could cut curves with it. After using the small circular saw to cut the straight lines on the difficult shapes of one of the doors, I decided to do the curved cuts manually, and then I went on to cut the entire other door out manually using the same little folding saw. You may be wondering why I didn't use a jigsaw. In the past, I have found powered jigsaws tend to wander terribly. I recommend avoiding them unless you have quite a bit of practice. Incidentally, if you remember the little mylar pieces I put between the galley hatch and the side of the camper where it turns downward, they did the trick and I didn't need to do any cutting there. If you enjoyed this video, or even if you just accidentally clicked on it and couldn't be bothered to hit the back button, please like and subscribe. And don't forget to click on the bell next to the word subscribe, so you get notified when I upload another video. Thanks for watching.